There are moments in life that shatter your sense of safety, leaving an indelible mark on your soul. When the world you once trusted suddenly turns dark, and you find yourself stripped of control, defined by an act of profound injustice. 4. Lena, a young woman with a vibrant spirit, that moment arrived with brutal, unforgiving force. A horrifying betrayal, a violation that echoed deep within her, left her feeling utterly broken, silenced, and forever changed. She was caught in a nightmare, convinced that her voice had been stolen and her future irrevocably tainted. She faced the impossible, living with the trauma, battling the shame and fear, while the world often doubted, judged, or simply looked away. Her journey was not just about healing physical wounds, but about confronting invisible scars that ran far deeper. Scars on her spirit, on her trust, on her very identity. People saw a survivor, but they didn't always see the profound internal battle, the constant fight to reclaim her narrative. She believed her story was over, her power lost, her voice destined to remain unheard in the face of such overwhelming darkness. But what if, even from the deepest, most terrifying depths of despair, a flicker of defiance can ignite? What if, through an act of radical courage, an unwavering commitment to truth, and an unyielding will to heal, a survivor can reclaim her power, inspire millions, and transform her pain into a profound source of strength? This is the extraordinary, raw, and utterly triumphant story of Lena. It's a testament to the quiet suffering many endure, the profound courage it takes to speak your truth, and the remarkable journey of how one soul, once a victim, rose to become a powerful victor, sharing her unforgettable testimony. Prepare to be deeply moved, because this is a heartfelt chronicle about the unyielding power of resilience and fierce self-liberation. Lena was a dreamer. She had a passion for justice, a quick wit, and a magnetic personality that drew people to her. She was a law student, fiercely dedicated to advocating for the vulnerable, to fighting for what was right. She believed in fairness, in the power of the law, and in a world where good ultimately triumphed over evil. She had a loving family, a supportive circle of friends, and a future that seemed as bright and limitless as her ambition. She spent her days immersed in legal texts and her evenings debating current events with friends, her laughter filling every room. Her life was on track. She was interning at a prestigious law firm, earning rave reviews from her supervisors. She was planning her final year of law school, excited about the prospect of becoming a public defender, giving a voice to the voiceless. She felt confident, purposeful, and ready to take on the world. She had never known true hardship, never experienced pain that left indelible marks. Life for Lena was an open book, waiting for her to write its next inspiring chapter. Then, in a single terrifying instant, her world shattered. It was a late night. Lena was walking home from a study group, her mind buzzing with legal theories. She was on a familiar street, just blocks from her apartment, when she was brutally attacked. It was swift, merciless, a violation that ripped through her body and soul, leaving her battered, terrified, and utterly powerless. The world she knew, the safety she had always taken for granted, disintegrated into a nightmare. She woke up in a hospital, her body aching, her mind a dizzying fog of fragmented memories and overwhelming fear. The police were there, kind, but formal. Doctors spoke of injuries, of trauma, of the long road to recovery. But the deepest wounds were invisible, etched onto her spirit, on her trust in humanity, on her very sense of self. She felt violated, shamed, and profoundly alone. The vibrant woman she once was seemed to vanish, replaced by a terrified, fragile survivor. The initial weeks and months were a blur of physical healing and agonizing emotional pain. She struggled with nightmares, with flashbacks, with an overwhelming fear that paralyzed her. The legal process that followed, designed to bring justice, felt like a re-traumatization. She had to recount the horrific details repeatedly, face skepticism, endure the cold, harsh scrutiny of the system. She was reduced to a victim, her identity defined by the crime committed against her. The shame was a crushing weight, making her want to disappear, to hide from a world that felt fundamentally unsafe. Her family was supportive, but their faces were etched with pain and helplessness. Her friends, though well-meaning, often struggled with what to say or how to truly help. Lena felt isolated, a burden, a broken version of her former self. She dropped out of law school, unable to concentrate, unable to face the public scrutiny. Her dreams of fighting for justice felt hollow, ironic, given her own profound injustice. She believed her story was over, her chapter closed, a cautionary tale of innocence lost. She felt utterly broken, her spirit scarred, her voice silenced by the weight of her trauma. Months turned into a year, but Lena remained trapped in the wreckage of her trauma. The physical wounds healed, but the invisible scars on her spirit festered. She lived in a constant state of hypervigilance, paralyzed by fear. She avoided crowded places, struggled with sleep, and was haunted by persistent nightmares. The world outside her small apartment felt threatening, unpredictable. She became a recluse, cutting ties with friends, withdrawing from social interactions, unable to bear the well-meaning questions or the subtle shifts in people's gazes. She stopped believing in justice, in fairness, in the inherent goodness of people. Her idealism, once her guiding star, had been extinguished by the brutal reality of her experience. She lived in shame, convinced that she was tainted, somehow responsible for what had happened to her. The legal process had ended with a conviction, a small measure of justice, but it couldn't erase the violation, the lingering fear, the profound sense of brokenness. She saw herself only as a victim, defined by the worst moment of her life. She tried to find work, but her anxiety made even simple interviews unbearable. She felt incompetent, unworthy. She struggled with chronic depression, the profound sadness. A constant companion, she would spend days in bed, staring at the ceiling, questioning her existence, consumed by despair. Her parents, though loving, often felt helpless, watching their vibrant daughter disappear into a shell. She felt immense guilt for her suffering, for the pain she caused them, for the disappointment she felt she had become. She felt utterly alone in her fight, convinced no one could truly understand the depth of her invisible wounds. She believed. Her voice was gone, silenced by the trauma, unable to articulate the horrors she had endured, the profound internal struggles she faced every day. She was living in a quiet hell, a prisoner of her own past, convinced that this was her life now, a perpetual cycle of fear, shame, and overwhelming sorrow. She truly believed this was a battle she was destined to lose, a life sentence defined by her victimhood. It was during one of her darkest periods, a particularly bleak winter, that a tiny, unexpected spark of defiance ignited within Lena. She was watching a news report about another survivor, a woman bravely sharing her story, advocating for change. Lena watched, mesmerized by the woman's strength, her unwavering voice. Something resonated deep within Lena, a long-buried flicker of her old passion for justice, her desire to fight for what was right. If that woman could speak, perhaps she could too. Perhaps her voice wasn't gone forever. The next day, Lena cautiously searched online for support groups for survivors of trauma. The idea of talking about her experience, of exposing her vulnerability, terrified her. But the yearning for connection, for understanding, was stronger than her fear. She found a local group, small and discreet. With trembling hands, she sent an email, her heart pounding. Walking into that first support group meeting was one of the hardest things Lena had ever done. She sat in the back, silent, clutching her hands, her anxiety almost paralyzing. But as she listened to other survivors share their stories, stories of pain, of resilience, of healing, she felt a profound sense of recognition, of not being alone. She heard echoes of her own pain, but also, surprisingly, echoes of strength, of courage. These were not victims. They were warriors. When it was her turn to speak, her voice was a raw, hesitant whisper. She stammered, tears streaming down her face, recounting fragments of her trauma. But no one judged. No one flinched. They listened with empathy, with understanding, offering quiet nods of solidarity. And when she finished, a woman across the circle simply said, "Thank you for sharing your truth, Lena. Your voice is powerful." That single sentence, that simple acknowledgement of her truth, was a revelation. It gave her courage. For the first time, she felt truly seen, truly heard, not as a victim, but as a survivor, capable of reclaiming her own narrative. The process was agonizingly slow, filled with setbacks, with waves of fear and grief, but she kept showing up to the meetings. She began therapy, diligently working through her trauma, dismantling the insidious lies that had rooted in her mind. She learned to embrace her vulnerability, to acknowledge her pain, and to slowly, painstakingly, rebuild her sense of self. She started writing again, not legal briefs, but her own story. Her powerful testimony poured onto the pages, raw and honest. She wrote about her fears, her nightmares, but also about her growing strength, her journey to reclaim her voice. She found a profound healing in putting her truth into words, turning her pain into art, transforming her past into a source of empowering wisdom. Her writing became her sanctuary, her voice her weapon. Lena's journey of healing was a testament to her fierce spirit. She transformed her pain into purpose, her vulnerability into a powerful platform for change. She completed law school, not to be a traditional lawyer, but to become an advocate for survivors, specializing in trauma-informed justice. She used her own lived experience to create programs that offered compassionate legal support, mental health resources, and safe spaces for healing. She began speaking publicly, sharing her powerful testimony at conferences, universities, and community events. Her voice, once silenced by fear, now resonated with profound clarity and strength. She spoke of the importance of believing survivors, of breaking the silence surrounding trauma, of transforming victimhood into profound victory. Her honesty, her courage, and her unwavering commitment to justice inspired millions. She became a beacon of hope for countless individuals who had suffered in silence, showing them that their stories mattered, that healing was possible, and that their voices could change the world. Lena's story is a powerful reminder that trauma can shatter, but it does not have to define. It shows us that true strength is not the absence of pain, but the unwavering courage to face it, to heal from it, and to use your own journey to light the path for others. Her transformation from victim to victor is a testament to the extraordinary resilience of the human spirit, its boundless capacity for healing, and its profound ability to turn personal suffering into a powerful force for good. Her tale is a beacon of hope for anyone grappling with past trauma, with profound injustice, or with the belief that their voice has been stolen. It reminds us that your story, however painful, is a source of power, a tool for advocacy, and a testament to your unbreakable spirit. Because when you choose to break the silence, to share your truth, and to reclaim your narrative, you don't just heal yourself. You empower countless others to find their own voices and begin their own journeys from victim to victor. If Lena's incredible story of From Victim to Victor, her powerful testimony touched your heart, if it reignited a spark of courage or reminded you of the profound power of reclaiming your voice and truth, please take a moment to like this video. Your likes help us share these powerful true stories of resilience and healing with more people who need to hear them. And if you're moved by true tales of the human spirit, extraordinary strength, and life's beautiful transformations, be sure to subscribe to Heartfelt Chronicles. We bring you inspiring stories every week that remind us that your voice is your power and your healing is your triumph. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss another journey with us. Have you ever found the courage to speak your truth after a difficult experience or witnessed someone else's powerful journey from victim to victor? Share your experiences and thoughts in the comments below. Let's create a space for support and shared understanding. Thank you for watching, and remember, your story has power and your voice can change the world. See you in the next video.